What up, YouTube? Team Moose here. Here is my next half of my top 100 anticipated films of next year, which is from 60 to 41. Alright, here is the list. Number 60, I'm going to add Minions: The Rise of Gru. Now, of course, I really quite like the other Despicable Me films, and 2015's Minions was pretty good. So I'm looking forward to check out the sequel. I mean, the film was supposed to come out this year because of the pandemic. It ended up getting delayed. And this time around, it's supposed to feature a very young Gru voiced by Steve Carell. It's supposed to be more of a prequel, I guess you could say. It looks really fun. I mean, you also got a great voice cast. You got the likes of Taraji P. Henson, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, Julie Andrews. So I'm looking forward to checking out the sequel when that gets released. Number 59, I'm going to go with the film Here Today. Here Today is directed by Billy Crystal and stars Crystal, and it's a May-September romantic comedy, but without the romance. Veteran comedy writer Charlie Burns, played by Crystal, who is slowly but surely losing his grip on reality, befriends a talented young New York street singer, Emma Page, played by Tiffany Haddish. Together, they form an unlikely yet hilarious and touching friendship that kicks the generation gap aside and redefines the meaning of friend of love and thirst. This also stars Sharon Stone, Penn Badgley, Kevin Kline. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how good the chemistry between Billy Crystal and Tiffany Haddish will be. I mean, Billy Crystal, of course, has directed plenty of films before. I mean, he did Saturday Night. Who remembers that one? So it is nice to see Billy Crystal go back to the directing genre, and this time around teaming up with Tiffany Haddish, who's of course pretty much one of the most funniest comics right now. So I think this could be really interesting. Number 58, I'm gonna go with The Man from Toronto. Now, the world's deadliest assassin and New York's biggest screw-up are mistaken for each other at a Airbnb rental. Now, this teams up Kevin Hart with Woody Harrelson. The film was supposed to be Kevin Hart with Jason Statham, but Statham dropped out, so now it's going to be Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson. It has a bit of a Trading Places vibe to it. Sounds interesting. It's directed by Patrick Hughes, who's also directing the upcoming Hitman's Bodyguard sequel, so he has like 2 films coming out next year. This sounds like it could be really fun to watch. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the chemistry between Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson. So, I'll give that one a go. Number 57, I'm going to go with Respect. Now, this is, of course, a film about famed music legend Aretha Franklin. You've got Jennifer Hudson portraying Aretha. You got Forrest Whitaker, Marlon Wayans. This, of course, the movie was supposed to come out this year, but it got delayed. Respect looks terrific. I mean, Aretha Franklin is obviously one of the most... She's the queen to go, so seeing a new film about her could be interesting. Jennifer Hudson looks really terrific. You also got Mary J. Blige in this. It looks amazing. Jennifer Hudson sounds great as Aretha. So, I mean, this could easily become Jennifer Hudson's next Oscar contender. Who knows? Number 56, I'm going to go with Cry Macho. Cry Macho stars Clint Eastwood, who's also directing the film, as a one-time rodeo star and washed-up horse breeder who, in 1978, takes a job from an ex-boss to bring the man's young son home and away from his alcoholic mom. Crossing rural Mexico on their way back to Texas, the unlikely pair faces an unexpectedly challenging journey, during which the worldly horseman may find his own sense of redemption, teaching the boy what it means to be a good man. Now, of course, Clint Eastwood is a pretty solid director. He recently gave us Richard Jewell, which was pretty good. He did, of course, he did that Mule movie a couple years back as well. So it's nice to see him returning back to the acting chair as well. I mean, it's no sugarcoat. Clint Eastwood is a legend. So seeing him back to directing and acting could be interesting to watch. So I'll definitely give this one a go. I mean, it's Clint Eastwood after all, so I give him a benefit of the doubt. I mean, the guy is literally 94 years old, I believe. I think 94 or 91. The guy's still acting and directing. So kudos to Clint Eastwood. Alright, number 55, I'm going to go with The Many Saints of Newark. Now, it's about a look at the formative years of New York gangster Tony Soprano. And, of course, this film is like a prequel source to The Sopranos. You got Michael Gandolfini, who's of course the son of the late Sopranos star James Gandolfini. Vera Farmiga, Alessandro Nivola is in this. Ray Liotta back to his gangster roots since Goodfellas. This sounds amazing. I mean, it's no question that The Sopranos is arguably one of the most iconic TV shows of all time. So them doing an actual film about The Sopranos could be interesting. I mean, it's been like years since The Sopranos went off the air. So I'm curious to see how the Sopranos movie is gonna end. Like, are they just gonna cut you black? Who knows? Because we know how The Sopranos works. Anyway, number 54, I'm gonna go with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's about cash-strapped Nicolas Cage, who agrees to make a paid appearance at a billionaire superfan's birthday party, but is really an informant for the CIA, since the billionaire fan is a drug kingpin and gets cast in a Tarantino movie. So pretty much Nicolas Cage is playing a version of himself, and he's supposed to like channel his past films. You also got the likes of Tiffany Haddish, Pedro Pascal, Neil Patrick Harris. This sounds awesome. I mean, it's gonna be really interesting to see Nick Cage pretty much, poke fun at himself here. It looks hilarious. It looks funny. Sounds entertaining. Pedro Pascal, nice to see him doing stuff outside the Mandalorian fame. I cannot wait to check this one out. I mean, it sounds like it'd be really up my alley. Alright, number 53, I'm going to go with Raya and the Last Dragon. A realm known as Lumandra, a reimagined Earth inhabited by an ancient civilization, a warrior named Raya and is determined to fight the Last Dragon. This looks terrific. I mean, it's going to be released by Disney in theaters and Disney Plus the same day. So there's that. Raya and the Last Dragon looks terrific. The animation looks great quality. You also got the voices of Kelly Marie Tran and Awkwafina, so there's that. I cannot wait to check this one out. I mean, Disney does some really solid stuff, and this is definitely a film that looks like is going to be their next solid film. So can't wait to check this one out. Alright, 52, I'm going to go with the Uncharted movie. Now, of course, the story is a prequel to the game, starring Tom Holland as a young Drake, and showing us details of how he became who he was, and he also befriends with his partner rival Sully, portrayed by Mark Wahlberg. You also got Antonio Banderas is in this. I mean, Uncharted sounds really good. I mean, it's from the same director of Venom, so there's that. Mark Wahlberg as Sully should be interesting casting. Tom Holland, of course, playing the role of Drake could be cool. This could be terrible, that's always a possibility. But, it sounds really intriguing. I mean, you got the likes of Mark Wahlberg teaming with Tom Holland. So, yeah, they'll definitely give this one to go. Alright, number 51, I'm going to go with Mortal Kombat. Now, Mortal Kombat, of course, like Uncharted, is also based on a hit video game. And, I mean, I cannot wait for Mortal Kombat. It's supposed to have lots of fatalities. I mean, you can't be Mortal Kombat without fatalities, It sounds like it's going to be really awesome, really fun to watch. I did play Mortal Kombat back in the days, and I always got a kick out of the game. So I'm looking forward to check out where they're going to take this new Mortal Kombat film at. I mean, hopefully it will be gory. It will be very, as violent as a video game. So, yeah, we're going to be seeing lots of fatalities in this. So this should be interesting. All right. Number 50, I'm going to go with Annette, which is an Amazon film. Sorry about that. About a stand-up comedian and his opera singer wife have a 2-year-old daughter with a surprising gift of talent. It stars the likes of Mira Cotillard, Adam Driver, and Simon Helberg. And it's also directed by Leo Carax, who also gave us the film Holy Motors. This sounds interesting. I mean, you got the likes of Adam Driver, Mira Cotillard, both terrific actors. You got Big Bang Theory former actor Simon Helberg could be pretty interesting in this. It sounds cool. I'm pretty sure it's going to have some interesting music to it. Adam Driver and Cotillard are both terrific actors, so can't wait to check them out in this. So I think this could be really interesting. I mean, it could be terrible, that's always a possibility. But, I mean, it is from the same director of Holy Motors, so I'm going to give it a benefit of the doubt there. So, yeah, it should be interesting. Number 49, I'm going to go with Zola, which is an A24 film about a stripper named Zola who embarks on a wild road trip to Florida. It stars Taylor Page, Riley Keough, and Jason Mitchell. Now, this actually looks amazing. I mean, they did drop a teaser trailer not so long ago, and you got the likes of Riley Keough, who I've become a fan of for a time she's in something. Taylor Page, who was just seen in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. This sounds amazing. This looks good. It's A24, so I'll give it benefit of the doubt there. You got a great cast in this, from Jason Mitchell to Nicholas Braun to Coleman Domingo. Definitely can't wait to check this one out. I mean, it's A24, so. All right, number 48. Number 48, I'm going to go with an untitled David O. Russell film. Now, I have no idea what this film's supposed to be about, but because who's involved in it, I'm definitely giving benefit of the doubt. You got the likes of Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington. It's a David O. Russell film, the guy who gave us films like Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustler, Joy, I Heart Huckabees. I mean, David O. Russell is one heck of a filmmaker. So no matter what he does, I'll definitely be interested, no matter what the movie's about or whatnot. So it could be pretty cool. I mean, could be an Oscar contender too, so. Alright, number 47, I'm going to go with Deepwater. That's a well-to-do husband who allows his wife to have affairs in order to avoid a divorce, becomes a prime suspect in the disappearance of her lovers. Dang. This is supposed to be an erotic-based film. It is from the same. It is directed by Adrian Lane, who's no stranger to these type of erotic films. I mean, he gave us Fair Attraction. He gave us Unfaithful. 9.5 Weeks. So he's done some pretty decent erotic-based films. This also stars real-life couple, Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas. So it's gonna be interesting to see how good they can do together in a film. Lil Rel Howie's supposed to be in this. Tracy Letts. But I think this actually sounds like an interesting erotic-based thriller. I mean, it looks like it has a bit of a Gone Girl vibe too as well. I mean, I'm not saying that because Ben Affleck is in the film, but yeah, still. So yeah, I mean, Ana de Armas in a erotic film like this, okay, should be interesting to watch. Alright, coming in at number 46, I'm going to go with Don't Worry Darling. Plot is unknown, but it's described as a psychological thriller centered on a unhappy housewife in the 1950s. Now, this is directed by Olivia Wilde, who last gave us the movie Booksmart, which was one of my favorite films of last year. You also got the likes of Florence Pugh, you've got Chris Pine, Nick Kroll, Timothy Simons, Kiki Lane, Gemma Chan, Olivia Wilde, Harry Styles. It sounds interesting. I mean, Olivia Wilde, it's going to be interesting what else she can do outside Booksmart. She is, of course, giving us a supposedly a Spider-Woman film, so she has that coming down the line. Yeah, I mean, Olivia Wilde is a really magnificent filmmaker, so seeing what she can do from Booksmart to films like Don't Worry Darling to Spider-Woman, she's going to have one heck of a filmmaking career. Number 45, I'm going to go with the Netflix feature Malcolm and Marie. It's about a director and his girlfriend's relationship is tested after they return home from his movie premiere and awaits critics' responses. This stars John David Washington as well as Zendaya. It's supposed to be black and white, so there's that. It has a feeling of a Marriage Story, so it has a Marriage Story quality to it. You've got John David Washington and Zendaya, two really good actors. It's directed by Sam Levinson, who of course worked with Zendaya on Euphoria. He also gave us Assassination Nation, which I like. So, I mean, this is a movie about a relationship that seems very rocky and all. So it could be pretty interesting to watch. Alright, coming in at number 44, I'm going to go with Come On, Come On. It's about an artist who embarks on a cross-country trip with his young nephew. This is directed by Mike Mills, who last gave us 20th Century Woman. It also stars Joaquin Phoenix, Gabby Hoffman. This is Joaquin Phoenix's first feature since his Oscar-winning role in Joker, so it was nice to see Joaquin Phoenix back on screen. It is A24, so there's that. This sounds really intriguing. I mean, it's supposed to be in black and white, so there's that. Great cast. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix is always a given. So, can't wait to check this one out. I mean, it's Mike Mills, so he's one heck of a filmmaker, whether it's Beginnings, whether it's 20th Century Woman. Really cool director. Alright, coming in at number 43, I'm going to go with Spyro from the Book of Saw. Of course, this is the latest Saw movie that stars Chris Rock and Samuel Jackson. It's supposed to not have Billy the Puppet, so don't expect the puppet in this. The trailer looks awesome. I mean, the film was supposed to come out this past year, but got delayed because of the pandemic. But hey, you got Samuel Jackson and Chris Rock in a Saw movie. Sign me up right there. I mean, these two actors will be the last people you expect to be in a Saw movie appearing in a Saw film. It could be interesting, so can't wait to check this one out. Alright, number 2, I'm going to go with Armageddon Time, a coming-of-age story about growing in Queens in the 1980s. Now, the film is directed by James Gray, who recently gave us that Brad Pitt movie, Ad Astra. Now, that movie was so terrible, so I should not be interested in checking out his next film. But with the cast list alone, I'm at least intrigued. You've got the likes of Cate Blanchett, Robert De Niro, Anne Hathaway, Donna Sutherland, and Oscar Isaac. What a cast list right there. I mean, maybe it could be James Gray's, I don't know, directing comeback. That's always a possibility. But I like the casting guy in this. It sounds like it could be interesting. I mean, a film that takes place in the 1980s could always be cool. So, I mean, this is supposed to take place during the Reagan era, so there's that. It could be interesting, so can't wait to check this one out. Alright, coming in at number 41, I'm going to go with Guillermo del Toro's Netflix film, Pinocchio. Now, this is a dark, twisted retelling of the infamous tale about the wood puppet who dreams of becoming a real-life boy. You also got the cast that includes the likes of Ewan McGregor, Cate Blanchett, Ron Perlman, Christoph Waltz, Tilda Swinton, Finn Wolfhard. I mean, this sounds interesting. You know, we are getting a couple of other Pinocchio adaptations as well, like Netflix is doing one. Oh, not Netflix, Disney Plus is doing one. But now, Guillermo del Toro has been trying to get the Pinocchio film off the ground for years. Never really came into fruition until like Netflix came around and scooped it up. I simply can't wait to check this one out. It sounds interesting. You got Ewan McGregor voicing Jiminy Cricket. That should be interesting. I mean, Pinocchio is supposed to be a dark character. I mean, he's not supposed to be like the lighthearted puppet we knew and loved from the classic Disney tale. So it's gonna be interesting to see how an interesting dark tale of Pinocchio could be. And you got Guillermo del Toro attached. Sign me up with this one. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 60, Minions Rise of Gru. 59, Here Today. 58, The Man from Toronto. 57, Respect. 56, Cry Macho. 55, The Man Who Stays in Newark. 54, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. 53, Raya and the Last Dragon. 52, Uncharted. 51, Mortal Kombat. 50, Annette. 49, Zola. 48, Entire David Russell Project. 47, Deep Water. 46, Don't Worry Darling. 45, Malcolm and Marie. 44, Come On, Come On. 43, Spyro from the Book of Saw. 42, Armageddon Time. And 41 is Pinocchio. Let me leave it to you guys. Which of these films are you even interested in checking out the most? Are you interested in checking out Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio? Are you interested in checking out, I don't know, Armageddon Time, Spyro, Texas Chainsaw, etc.? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. This is C-Movie signing out.